Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the Town of Penfield's 2016 swearing-in ceremony. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by County Legislator George Hebert. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you'd remain standing for a moment of silence, please keep in your thoughts and prayers those serving to protect our freedom in this nation and around the world. Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. My name's Dan Quatro, and I'll be the Master of Ceremonies for this evening's swearing-in ceremony. Tonight we'll be administering the oath of office to people chosen by the residents of the town of Penfield to serve as their elected representatives. The process that brings a member of our community to take the oath of office is an arduous one. It requires first and foremost a passion for public service. In the case of those that have been reelected, it requires a demonstration of competence in representing the needs of the community in prior terms. The election cycle that brought us here tonight is kind of unique. All of the candidates in the town of Penfield ran unopposed. This is a testimony to the fine job our elected officials have done representing the residents of our town. Our supervisor, Tony LaFountain, has done an outstanding job leading the town of Penfield. With the help of his town board members and department heads, Tony has managed the taxpayers' money well. Bond rating agencies recognized these efforts and the town's bond rating improved, further saving taxpayers money. The quality of life residents enjoy is second to none in Monroe County here in Penfield. Despite running unopposed, our candidates spent countless hours campaigning, going door to door, meeting with constituents, hearing their voices, and giving an ear to their concerns. As I mentioned 2 years ago when I served as the Master of Ceremonies for a swearing-in oath of office, oath-taking for elected officials is uniquely an American experience. Oath-taking dates back to the first Congress in 1789, but the current oath is a product of the 1860s, drafted by Civil War-era members of Congress intent on rooting out traitors. In April 1861, President Abraham Lincoln ordered all federal civil employees within the executive branch to take an expanded oath. Congressional hardliners succeeded in 1864 in making the test oath that you'll hear tonight mandatory for all members. The Senate then revised its rules to require that members not only take the oath of office orally, but also that they subscribed to it by signing a printed copy. The current practice of newly sworn elected officials signing individual pages in an oath book dates from this period, and it survives today. Our elected representatives tonight will take this oath, swearing to support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of New York. By taking the oath of office, they swear as well to stand by the ideals communicated by each of them during their campaigns. For us as Republicans, these ideals include limited government, stable taxes, public safety, family, and the protection of the ideals that make us uniquely American. As leader of the Penfield Republican Committee, I can tell you that I am proud of each of the elected officials we'll be swearing in tonight. Each has represented the residents of Penfield well. They have provided good government, have been innovative in the way that they run our town, and in the stewardship over the taxpayer dollar. And now, with our mindset on the historicity and the honor of tonight's ceremony, join me as we witness our leaders swear their respected oaths of office. We will be beginning tonight with Town Supervisor R. Anthony LaFountain. The oath will be administered by the Honorable Donald J. Mark. Supervisor LaFountain, Judge Mark.
I, your name, I, R. Anthony LaFountain,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully perform
and I will faithfully perform
the duties of the office of Supervisor of the Town of Penfield
the duties of the office of Supervisor of the Town of Penfield
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Supervisor.
Judge, thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening to everyone. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Judge Mark. I had an opportunity with then Supervisor Don Mack to meet Judge Mark in 1985, and Don Mack was running for Supervisor and I was running for Town Board. Since then, I've had many runs for Town Board, County Legislature, and Town Supervisor, and this is the 13th time that I've had an opportunity to be sworn in to serve this great community, and all 13 times Judge Mark has sworn me in, and Judge, that to me is very special, and I thank you very much for that. Thank you. I would also, there's a number of people certainly I want to thank, but before I get into the thank yous, I would also like to recognize the judge's daughter, Lori, her new husband, Steve, and Sydney. And they were married on January 1st, and since then have been on a real whirlwind, as I understand it. But they're here this evening, and Steve, Sydney, and Lori, congratulations for many years of happiness and well wishes to all of you. One of the things that I regularly say is that you can't be in this business without a lot of support by a lot of people. And so I want to just go down through and just identify a number that really help me day in and day out in everything that I do and everything that I've done to help serve this great community. First, my family. My lovely wife, Lynn, who many years ago said when our two girls were about this size, if you think you've got some great ideas and you think you can do a good job, then run for office versus sit here and talk about it at the dinner table. So part of the reason I'm in this business is through her support, our daughter's two daughters' support, and now my two little favorite chicks, Addison and Ava. And I want to thank both of you girls for helping swear me in. This is, I think, the second or third time, and it's really greatly appreciated. I want to recognize my colleagues, my town board members, that we work day in and day out. We do it, I think, one of the best in the county. We don't always agree. In fact, I think that's very very good that we don't, and very healthy as we take a look, because we bring the best out in one another. And for the town board members, those being sworn in today, Linda and Rob, as well as Paula and Andy, I thank you each and every day for your support, feedback, guidance, and every once in a while that gentle kick as needed. All of our department heads, and many of our department heads are here tonight, and I want to recognize those department heads because I will say to you, they are second to none in this county. We have got one of the best teams assembled. I appreciate everything that they do and all the support. And of course, our town clerk and our town attorney, Mr. Horwitz and Amy Stekloff, who round out our team overall. I thank you for that. I look forward to serving the town. I want to thank everyone that came tonight for for all of your support over the years. I look forward to supporting and serving you in any way that I can, and I look forward to a great 2016, 2017. Thank you, and Judge, again, thank you for being here. It really means a lot. Thank you.
I got to lower this now. Before we swear in our first town council member, I just want to recognize Paula Metzler, Town Councilwoman Paula Metzler is here tonight, and our town attorney Dick Horowitz is here tonight as well. Thank you for being here, folks. Now the oath will be sworn for town council. Linda Kohl will be taking the oath now for town council, and it will be administered by the Honorable Donald J. Mark again.
I, your name,
I, your name.
I, Linda Kohl,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will solemnly support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully perform
and that I will faithfully perform
the duties of town council
the duties of town council
of the town of
of
Penfield
the town of Penfield
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my abilities.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge.
So nice to see you.
Good to see you too. A little offbeat there. But I want to also thank Judge Mark for swearing me in. Like Tony, he's sworn me in every time I have had this opportunity. This is my 6th time being sworn in as a town council member, so I really appreciate you being here again to do that. And I thank you, I thank you all for being here. I have a little cold, but I thank you all for being here. It means a lot that we have a lot of our employees here, and of course our friends and family being here. I want to thank my husband Ken, my daughter Rebecca, who held the Bible, her boyfriend Adam, and my daughter Christina for all being here, and my family for being so supportive over the years as we run, and Ken's always by my side, you know that. And I just want to say that I'm looking forward to 2016. I appreciate all our town supervisor does in taking care of our town and leading us. And I will continue doing the things I enjoy the most. I'm chair of the community services, and that's what I love to do. You know, I'm the president of Penfield Rotary this year, and I try to work as much to get collaboration between service organizations and the town. And if anyone has ideas of things that we can do together, you know, please see me, because I love to grab that and work with town's employees and different service groups to get things done and work on projects. So I'd appreciate that kind of feedback. And I just want to thank you all for being here, and Happy New Year. And let's get on for 2016 in the town of Penfield. Thank you.
Our next town councilman to be sworn in will be Councilman Rob Quinn III. I got to get these numbers right. Rob Quinn III, and the oath is going to be administered by his father, Robert Quinn II. Gentlemen.
I, Robert H. Quinn III,
I, Robert H. Quinn III,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of town board member
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of town board member
in the town of Penfield, New York,
in the town of Penfield, New York,
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God. I don't need that. Come here. Good evening. We weren't really sure how that was going to go, but I think it went pretty good. So I'd like to start by thanking my father for swearing me in this evening. This is the second opportunity that he's had to do the honors, and it's the same family Bible that he used for his first swearing-in ceremony when he was elected to the Irondequoit Town Board years ago. So it's quite an honor. I also want to thank my wonderful wife, Michelle, and my 3 children, May, Robert, the 4th, Dan, and Lincoln. And the last 2 times that I've actually taken the oath of office and run for office, we've had one in diapers. So, you know, the support network that you have at home is remarkable. And what I have with Michelle and the family is second to none. And I wouldn't be here today without their support. When I look around the room, I see a lot of friends, family, hardworking individuals here for the town of Penfield. It's a wonderful experience serving as an elected representative. When I was first elected just about 6 years ago, or first on office 6 years ago, I had the opportunity to work with Tony and Linda, Paula, and Andy. And today we have the same team, and I think this stability and the passion that we all have has really helped make Penfield a wonderful place to live. Again, 6 years ago, I had tremendous passion for serving, as I do today, and I will never forget the honor that I have from the residents as a town board member. So thank you very much.
Before we move on to town justice, I want to recognize, Tony mentioned before, but I want to recognize our town clerk, Amy Stackloff, who's here tonight, and who led us in the pledge tonight as well, our newly elected county legislator from the 15th District, George Hebert. Our veteran, congratulations, George. Our veteran county executive, Debbie Draw, couldn't be here this evening, but she was reelected as well. And now to be sworn in is our town justice, John P. Lomenzo Jr. can come up, and he will be sworn in by the Honorable Donald J. Mark as well.
Before I take the oath of office, I'd like to introduce my 2 grandsons, Mateo here and Jack, 2 fine young men who I'm sure someday will make a very significant mark in our community. In addition to the marks that they've placed on me from time to time, sometimes unexpectedly. You want to hold it behind? Hold on to it. You guys hold it. Now move up here a little bit. Like that. Okay, hold on to it. Okay, Judge.
Repeat after me. I, John Lomenzo,
I, John P. Lomenzo, Jr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully perform
and that I will faithfully perform
the duties of town justice
the duties of town justice
of the town of Penfield
of the town of Penfield
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming tonight and being here. I think back to December of 1994, quite a few years ago, when I appeared before a Penfield screening committee for the purposes of selecting a candidate to be presented to the town board as the next town justice of our town to fill a vacancy left by Bob Lund when he was elected to State Supreme Court. That selection involved 10 people. For some reason, I still don't know why, they chose me. I'm sure that all of those people, and I knew most of them, who applied were certainly as qualified as I am, and some of them certainly more qualified. But today, I'd like to, I don't think any of the members of the screening committee are here in this room today. But if my memory is correct, those people included our former Supervisor Chan Philbrick, Maggie Hessian, Walt Peter, and Carol Mulcahy. And I'd like to thank all of them. Walt is no longer with us, but the other three are. And wherever they are tonight, I'd like to thank them for giving me the opportunity to serve as a town justice for the past 21 years. I've been a practicing attorney for over 40 years, and I've certainly had my share of exciting and challenging experiences as an attorney, as I'm sure Paula, who's here tonight, who's a practicing attorney, and others who may be here who also share in our wonderful profession. And of course, I've also had the unique experience of being a town judge for all these years. I've treasured every moment of it. It's been exciting to me. Every day I've gone to court has been an exciting and challenging experience. And I relish the opportunity. I can remember cases where people would come in and they'd be confused. They wouldn't understand anything about court. They were nervous. And it was my job to set those people at ease. It was my job to make sure they understood what was going on, and most of all, to make sure that when they left my courtroom, whether they won or lost, they felt that they had a fair opportunity to be heard, and that's always been my philosophy. I think that's the most important thing a judge can do. I also remember prominently cases that have involved young people, particularly people involved with drug addiction. I certainly have my share of those cases over the years, and unfortunately, I can't say that I've had fewer of them lately than I have in the past. It may be the reverse. For reasons I don't know any of us really understand, today heroin seems to be the drug of choice, and I've had in the last year my share of young people that come into court with that terrible addiction. And what I've tried to do in those cases is to try to give people an opportunity to kick that habit. They go to rehab, they come into court, they fail. I sentence them to jail. They come back, they fail again. Then you encourage them, you threaten them, you try to help them, you get the parents involved. You do whatever it takes. I had a case recently that unfortunately went the other way, and a lot of these cases do go the other way, where a young man who just turned 19 years old was sentenced by me to 1 year in the Monroe County Jail. It's not an easy thing to do to sentence a young person to jail, but when you see parents who are desperate, when you see a young person who simply cannot control a compulsion and has been through rehab time and again and has failed, sometimes the only thing left is you have to have enough courage and guts as a judge to do what you think is the last resort. And that's what I did in that case. And who knows what the end result will be, but forcing abstinence on someone in a circumstance like that sometimes is the only alternative. So let me just say briefly that I've had a wonderful experience these last 21 years as your town judge. I'll continue to work hard and do the best I can for all of you. I appreciate you coming here tonight. I appreciate your confidence in me. And of course, before I stop, I want to recognize some people in the back there. As important as in my life has been my position as a judge and as an attorney, it's not the most important event in my life. The most important event in my life occurred 50 years ago, this coming March 6th, when I met the lady in the back there, who's been at my side ever since. Sophia, you want to stand up and be recognized? We've been through a lot of thick and thin together, and she's really been my rock. Also, my son David, who's a managing engineer at Xerox, is with us tonight, his lovely wife Debbie, and of course the two little rascals there that helped me with the swearing-in ceremony. Thank you all very much.
I'd like to congratulate all of the people that were sworn into their respective offices this evening. I want to thank them for their willingness to continue to serve the town of Penfield. And I can tell you that I am more than confident that this town will continue to be served well by each and every one of them. Thank you as well for all of your attendance here tonight in support of these candidates and elected officials now. And thank all of you who are watching on PCTV as we've been through this solemn swearing-in ceremony tonight. For those of you in attendance, there's going to be a brief reception afterwards with some refreshments, followed by the town board organizational meeting at 7 p.m.
Dan,
Yes.
before we adjourn, my clerk's sitting right over there. If I don't
Oh.
recognize her, I'm going to be missing my head tonight. Please stand up and take a bow.
Thank you very much for your service, and you're duly recognized. Thank you for your patience and attendance, and now let's adjourn to the rotunda for some refreshments. Thank you very much.